Well, hello people. So it's Peter here, down in the old man shed. Yeah, very quickly, all right? Guys, no messing around. It was a lovely day today. It wasn't very cold out there today. So I've come down to the man shed, got it warmed up to temperature to film making the my little homemade couplings, okay? So this is what it's all about. So warts and all, it's quite hard to do, you know, having a camera stuck in front of you when you're trying to work on the thing. But I think it's come across okay, all right? So it's probably going to be quite a long video by the time everything's spliced together. Now, guys, it's, you know, it's not this. Everybody says, "Oh, get on the West Hill Wagon Works with the." It's not going to work, guys. All right, this, you know, because even on my layout, sometimes they work on some locos. They don't necessarily work very well using another loco. All right, it's swings and roundabouts because you've got so many ways of how couplings are, you know, how they attach. You've got your not just a tension lock, but I mean with the NEN coupling, it's the coupling is either attached to a bogie, so it swings with the bogie, or it could be a kinematics coupling, so that's awkward. And yeah, one thing and another. All right, so it swings and roundabouts. Some couplings work well with some rolling stock and a loco, but it might not work with that rolling stock with another loco. But it's what I do. I have fun down here experimenting, and when I find out one that actually does work, yeah, you know, maybe because I'm always after trying to get close coupled and have the detail on my locos, and faffing around with these little things, it means I've got the detail on my locos, and that's what I want. Right, so that's it, guys. So yeah, enjoy. Thanks for, you know, thanks for tuning in. I say it's not for everybody. You know, you'll look at it and go, "Oh, I'm not going to go do that. What a faff." Yes, it is, but it's what I like to do down in the old man shed. All right, okay, guys. Catch you later. Bye bye. Right, okay. Let's see if this works. Right. So what you're looking at here, guys, is after you've seen the film showing you the coupling working very well on the engineering train, you know, with the crane and everything, and that coupling staying on the class 37 and being very good, hanging down, and someone said, "Oh, why don't you leave the coupling on there?" Well, yes, it could do, but it doesn't fit. Although it worked well with the engineering crane, it doesn't work with all my rolling stock, okay? Because, you know, I've been using Hunt couplings now for 4 years plus. All the rolling stock in the past has had, you know, the couplings that fit happily onto the back of a loco and this, that and the other. And when you look at your rolling stock, they're not all the same. You know, you have kinematic couplings, you have the coupling that comes straight off a bogie, you know, so it moves, swings with the bogie, and that all makes a difference as regards to the angle that you get occurring when it goes round a curve. And in some cases, yes, you know, it's okay, there's enough movement there and it gets round a curve, but just like everything else, you know, and some of them is maybe too short, so it just comes apart, or it gets buffer lock, you know. So without changing the coupling on the wagon then to suit what you've left on the loco, the other way round is to leave the couplings alone on the coaches or the wagons, whatever it is that you're pulling. And then once you get to make, you know, you see this little scheme of mine, you can see here, look, I've made up different sizes. Okay, look, there's a nice long one there, and yet that goes down to a very short one, or those two are quite small. Okay, you can see the sort of angle that I'm going for, that it always has to be, that it's got to be on the hook, so that it then hangs down, and then when it gets attracted by the magnet it's got to couple against, it's at the right level that is coming from the tension lock coupling where the other magnet is plugged into. Okay, the one on the end here, the reason why it's different is because this is using a bent wire from a paper clip. This wire is soldered wire, which I'm going to show you what I do in a second, okay, because I'm going to show you how I make this magnet up. Now, someone said they've never seen the round magnet before, right? Because I'm going to use this one. Look, this is a broken magnet. You can see the back. Now, when people did this in the past with their couplings, they thought, oh, you know, that's it, it's broken, I can't use it. Well, of course you could, because there's enough of the tang left there that you put a little bit of PVA on it, leave it to dry in the NEM pocket, and then you've got your coupling this back again. And then what happened with this one, when I want, I was able to pull it out because PVA glue, although it's strong enough, it will give way. The PVA glue itself gives way before any plastic breaking or anything like that. And so, I never understood why people said they were throwing their magnets, couplings away, because, okay, this one's very broke because I've done something else with this one. But, when the little tangs at the back, if, one side fell off, just be a PVA and just push it back in there, let it set, and you had a coupling again. But yes, so people have never seen, then this is the original Hunt coupling. And I've got here packet still, because I told you I was the first ones to adopt Hunt couplings. And the thing with these is that they are A and B related. They are polarity specific. So this one was a gold colour, and it's I've dropped it. What's the actual thing would be lettered A. So this one had to go up against a silver coloured magnet, which was a B, and it would attract. So this is A and an A, and let's have a look. I can't join those together, they're repelling each other. Okay, but on the back of all my wagons is the one that this magnet would attract to. So if I'm going to make a magnet for the loco, this is the one I had to use because it will attract to whatever's on the back of a wagon or coach, which happens to be this is A, the other happens to be the B. Now, of course, the new ones are the elite couplings. Totally different, aren't they? Because so long as they're you've got the right way up, it doesn't matter about what polarity they are, because they will attract no matter what, providing they are with the lettering to the top. Okay, so there, if you had that one upside down to that one that side, it won't attract. Right? They must be the right side up. That side's got to have the lettering on the top. This side's got to have the lettering on the top. If you had one with the lettering underneath and the other one with the lettering on top, no, you'll find they won't attract, because what's been managed to be done in that one little magnet is to have the A and B polarity all in the one little shape. All right, but it's still important that they do face each other, the correct way around. Otherwise, no, you will find they won't attract. All right, but very rarely, you shouldn't make that mistake anyway. So this is the new Hunt couplings called Elites. The old ones was literally called Hunt couplings, and they were round, and they had A and B lettering to denote which way the magnetic force was. Okay, so it's important. So you couldn't mix. Once you got your rake of coaches and your wagons set up in a certain way, you couldn't turn the wagon or the coach round, because you wouldn't find it would repel. Anyway, enough of all that now. So that's the couplings, because as I said, someone said they'd never seen a round coupling before. Well, these date back to 4 years ago, and then when they come out with the Elites, they dropped these. But I've still got plenty of these. So I'm going to use this one now to make one of these. So let's see what we can do. Right, okay, so what I've got here is some normal wire. I think it's probably 7 strand. It's what I normally use if I'm wiring up my street lights. When the street lights, and you put them through the baseboard, this is sort of like what I create a bus wire for to connect all the street lamps and things like that. So it's not decoder wire, because that's much thinner than this, and it's not exactly your main bus wire. It's I suppose you could say it's an in-between. But what I'm doing is I'm just putting some solder on the wire, because this is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to just dip it into some flux. It's already got some solder on it, but I'm going to put a bit more. So just getting some on. And just running that round, and that's, just literally by running it backwards and forwards, you do get a sort of build up of solder on the wire. It's because I'm making it thicker then. And obviously the wire is getting nice. There we go. So that's got a nice amount of solder on that one now, and that's what I'm going to use to be bending around to form the end of the hook that's stuck onto the magnet. Right, that'll do. Right, that's the end of that sequence. So now I want to put a nice little bend in this wire that's been soldered. So this is a cotton bud stick that I've just taken the cotton buds off of each end, because I just want the thickness of this of the thing, and because obviously it's soldered wire, bends round lovely. Let's get the shape, put it nice and tight, because yeah, you can see it's not, that's no good. I don't want that. Okay, I want it rounder than that. So let's give it a good go. That just shows you that I've done a nice job with the soldering. Let's have a look. Yeah, so you see now, and you think to myself, now the reason why I cut the cotton bud down was so that I could slip it out without opening up that shape too much. So there we are, we've got a nice little hook on the end, okay? And that's alright, I want that, because now I'm going to snip that down. So a pair of nice wire cutters, let's see. Just snip that. Somewhere there. So I've got rid of the excess wire now. And now I'll get the magnet. And you see the reason why I've got to just spread that apart a little bit. There we are. Put that onto the magnet I'm going to use. And there you are, guys. You're getting the taster of what it is I do. Okay, so the hook, now this is where it's up to you how long and how close you want the coupling to be when it comes down. So because it was squeezed together, it's gripping the magnet, you know, this plastic shoulder nicely. Get a sort of an angle that I like, and then I'm going to have to super glue it to the magnet. So let's have a look. See, so let's have a look at what I've done before with the angles. You see the angles there? Well, that's what I'm going to sort of try to do with this one here. Okay, and I'm going to have to put some glue on this in a second. So I'm trying to see what I'm doing through the camera lens, and it ain't easy, I can tell you people. Okay, see, I've dropped that one because I've got to put some glue onto the thing in order to keep what's already there. So let's try to do it. It's not easy. I'm actually looking past the camera now, fiddling around. Hold on. Sorry guys, off camera, I've using a pair of tweezers, getting in there and everything. I was squeezing this soldered wire just so I got more of a rounded shape at the end, because it was a little bit flattened. I couldn't do it without using the tweezers and getting in there and just getting it rounded edge a bit. But otherwise that's it. So that's, you know, that's still the same bit of wire that you saw. I'm still going to stick this onto the magnet, put some glue on it in a second, and then have the sort of the angle of the wire sticking up so it's looking like one of the other ones here, sort of thing. So that's where you get the general idea that the angle, you know. So I'm going to do that, get some glue on this. So I'm going to stop the camera again, because it's not easy to do it in front of a camera lens. Hold on. Right, back again. I've put some glue on the coupling. I've straightened out the ends of the prongs there, so they're, you know, straight, and I'm now going to try, and it should open up a little bit, and it should still grip. There you are. You can see what's going on now. See, it's going over the... There you are. And this one is going to be now long. This is where you still got the, because it's gripping the bit of plastic, it's on super glue. You still got a little bit of time to play silly billies with it, you know, move it around. And then that's there we are. You can see I've got the super glue and everything, so you're thinking, oh yeah, right, so, but that's still maneuverable. So that now is looking, hopefully, the same angle as one I've done before. Let's have a look. No, it needs to come up a little bit, yeah. This is why once you've done one, you can use the other one as a guide, and this is already setting off, so it's already getting thicker. Move it down a little bit more so that I don't have too much of a loop. I don't think, yeah, that's not looking too dissimilar to the one I've done before. I've pulled it all off all together now. So this is it. It's lots of trial and error, guys. You know, I can't say it's an easy thing to do. It's something what I do in the shed. Oh dear. Let's have a look. I've got the angle right again. I'm trying to do all this. You know, it's not easy doing it in front of with the camera lens screen in front of me, I tell you. Doesn't matter that it's not the same either. Yeah, that'll do. That's all right. Yeah, yeah. So the wires down there, wires down there. Yeah, looking at that compared to how that one will look. There you go. You see? Yeah, that'll be right. Now, although that's going to dry, this is where a little action comes in handy now, guys. Bear with me. The glue is still sticky, right? It's not completely, so it will set. But now what I'm going to do to speed it along, this is baking powder. So I've raided the wife's cookery department. You get your baking powder, you pour it on your super glue. Just literally dump it on there. Tap the excess off. Alright. And now what's happened now, hopefully, that has already, yeah, I can't move that thing. Alright, the baking powder with the super glue has made that joint more solid. So what I go now is I add more super glue and then baking powder. Okay, so, but now I'm going to use, whereas I used the thick super glue before, I can use the thin, let the thin build up either side of the wire, obviously not into the loop itself, but you see this is now quite stiff. Alright, it was movable a second ago, but the baking powder sets it, oh, you know, I don't know if you knew that tip about baking powder and super glue. It's brilliant. Right, hold on, I'm going to use some more super glue, be back. Here we are. So what I've done is I put a nice blob of super glue either side, and as you can see, look, it's transparent, the glue, so it's a nice thick piece of bit of super glue either side. So now we have to cover that in baking powder. Well, say not easy trying to do this in front of, with the camera in front of me. Hopefully that you're getting it. Give it a tap. And already you can see where the baking powder has given the shape to the super glue. All right, it's transparent at the moment, but I'm going to be painting this when I'm finished. But this is well solid now. You can see where there the super glue is now as thick as the actual what was the round shape in front, and it's well, I can, yes. It's almost dry to touch, because there's some at the bottom. That's it. None on, don't get any on the magnet, but this, so down there, this is solid now. Right, I'm now going to cut off the back that I don't need, in line with the metal bit. Maybe it might even need filing. Okay. But you can see now it's got a nice shape, and then when I paint it black, well, let's have a little look and see what it's like. So first of all, get that out of the way. So get the almost pair of the old sprue cutters or something like that, because this is resin plastic, you know, that was made. Cut that off. And now what I'll do with a scalpel, because this is only plastic, I will sort of grind this down a little bit without cutting my finger, without cutting my hands, I hope. But this is very easy, because it is whatever the plastic this made when it was when it was manufactured. It's very easy with a scalpel, to bring down to the shape that I want. So hold on. You don't have to bring it all the way down to the metal. See, that's already quite a nice shape as it is, you see. Alright. That didn't take a second. A little bit more. Don't cut your fingers, guys, alright? I'm used to doing this, don't you do it. See, there's the shape. That's good. And the fact that this is a wire is strong enough to pull the train, but you know, it's not strong enough to that if you want to bend it back a little bit, you can bend it back a little bit. There we are. So that's very much like, he says, got to find the first one. That's the original one. This is the one literally in front of the things with a sort of, you know, created. Okay. Right. Let's get the paint out. Hold on. Okay, let's paint what I did. Don't worry about the front, I'll clean that up in a minute. Alright, not really worried about the silver, you know, yeah, it'll come up a little bit, but to be honest, it probably, you know, the paint will come off. But there you are, there's your general shape that you've had before. And now if I let's put that on to the one that I was doing it next to, which is there. There you go. So that's the one I compared it to. You can see the angle I'm quite happy with. So in a second I'm going to put that on the back of the loco and just see how it goes and see if that's been alright. Okay, so here it goes, guys. First time of asking. Here is the coupling, painted up, dried. The front has been cleared. Now because this is made from the wire, the soldered wire, it only just clips onto the hook. Okay, it's not actually holding on like the one with the paper clip. So now I'm going to try and see what we get. So we're going up to the, oh, that's the wrong, yeah, oh maybe, well, okay, that's at an angle, so this would be good. Oh, there you go. Right, so this is the one I've just created, this magnet. And there you go, guys. Alright, proof is in the pudding. Let's see. So we know she pulls. They will always pull. The question mark was whether or not when it pushes, will it come off, will it get pushed off the hook. And this one, because it doesn't clip onto that hook, pushing it might well, oh, I don't know, it's not doing too bad. It's when it goes into the curves, isn't it, is the test. Right, okay. Well, it's gone round the second radius curve. Let's bring her back and see if anything's happened. And she's still bringing the train, but let's have a look and make sure that it hasn't got any buffer locks. So I'll carry on bringing it forward. Let's have a look. No, lovely jubbly. So that's another one. That's another coupling I can add to my collection. And yeah, just pull it off. And should be easy as peasy to get off. Need the magnet, but look, see that, because it didn't clip on. Yeah, well there you are, guys. So that's there. This one was made in front of the camera. Now this is what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look to see about elite couplings, because I've never done one with an elite coupling. The original Hunt coupling is very easy to do because it doesn't matter, being a round shape, I can happily slide that wire either side of the what was the original coupling, the plastic. But of course with an elite coupling you haven't got that luxury. I'm going to have a little look and see what I can do with an elite coupling. Stand by. Right, okay, so this is an elite coupling now, and as you see, one of the things you're going to have to do before you can even start putting the wire, because of the way these magnets attract, yeah, unlike the other one where you start off and you can put the wire onto that side of the coupling, it didn't matter because it was round. Well, I can't now put that one onto there because it repels. You see, there's the wording on the top there, and when I bring that round there, you should be able to see that on the top here, where I've chamfered it down, it's still got the letter on the top there. Okay, so that works fine. All right, so now I've got that thin enough that I can then attach the wire to either side of that. You can't attach the wire to that. I don't think. Well, I don't think it'd be good. I mean, but that I've got somewhere now. The wire can go either side. When you drop the baking powder either side of it, it will bring up the shape again. And but it's fine, you see. But yeah, you can't on this one. If I tried twisting, if you've never done this with an elite coupling before, so the letters on the top. Now, see, it wants to turn. It's physically in my finger. It wants to turn that way. There you go. See, it keeps coming back. That's it. So the S, the old original letter on there, is at the top. I've just shaved down what was here. I've just shaved it down to a nice little halfway, and then the wire, if again another bit of bent wire, will go either side of this, and I could make the coupling. So it can be done, and I'm going to go away and see if I can do it, and we'll come back to it. So I've done now one using the Elite. There she is on the end, all painted up. Something I must admit, something I always do if I'm using the Elite, because that's how they are. They're quite transparent on the end, and you can see the magnet through them. So as you can see, with a bit of black paint over everything, it does make the coupling look disappear a little bit better, if you see what I mean. Just to demonstrate, look, if I try to twist this, it won't have it. It wants to come back to the top again. All right, it won't have it. It certainly can't do it underneath. It doesn't want to know. That's the way it wants to be. See, let go of it and it wants to twist. So this is the coupling. Let's put this on the 37 again and see what we get. Hold on, out of shot. Exactly the same. It hangs down. Now we've got a wagon, dapole wagon, with obviously an Elite coupling at the end. Okay, so let's see how she does. Yeah, moving up. And any second now. Do it very slowly. Dunk. Right, carry on going in reverse and see if it works, if it pushes. It's got a nice gap between the buffers. Going around the corner. Okie dokie. And bring her back. That's good. No, the wagon's been left behind. So what happened? The Elite coupling came off the hook, so it doesn't want to. It's not very happy at pushing. All right, which is what I said to you guys. It will be 100% at pulling, but not necessarily at pushing. So I'm glad that I'm able to show you it doing that. So yeah, it couples that way, and of course that way, if it just pulled away, yeah, no problems whatsoever. All right, so but I don't do shunting, so obviously there's going to be a problem when you're pushing. That's the first time I've done one with an Elite coupling. I guess if the wire, I've used wire, soldered wire. If I'd used the paper clip one, so it actually fits nicely onto the hook of this particular locomotive. So it's all right at pushing it. I mean, not saying it can't do it, but what will happen is it's possibly won't be on the hook anymore. So although she's pushing it and she's not getting any buffer lock as such. Let's have a look when she comes round. And this is where it's like a 50-50, will it or won't it? Okay, that's where I don't guarantee. And what happens when I pull away? Oh, bloody hell, see, it's making me out to be a liar. So yeah, it's swings and roundabouts, but it's not 100% guaranteed. Yes, when it pulls, for sure. And yes, if you've used a thicker piece of wire, like I did the paper clip, and it fitted on this 37, literally clicked on, and I had to, jiggle it off. But this is done with that bit of soldered wire again, so it's not it's only just going onto the hook. So why it went, I don't know why it went wrong going around the radius there. Let's try it again. Mate, was it a one-off or not? I don't know. So she's gone round. Let's see what happens now. So it's gone really right round, and let's bring it back again. And is she bringing the wagon with it? Oh, there you go. Yeah. Was it just a one-off thing? I don't know. And that's with an Elite. So it does work on both. So, but you just, if you use an Elite coupling, you've got to take off the excess plastic on the side so you can do what I showed you. You know, run the wire either side. But there she is, and I'll show you. Let's take the coupling off, and this, it comes off easy peasy. See, there it is, guys. All right, so the wire went either side of that little bit of you know, where I'd thinned the shank back down to, and still put the wire either side. Baking powder all round it, you know, gives it a nice little shape. And this is not going anywhere because it's solid. And you can get a slight angle on that, but this slips on too easily onto the hook. Well, leave it. There you are. Oh, you know, what can I do? So there you are, people. So I hope you're happy with all this. Been great fun being down in the old man shed. It was a lovely day out there today. The temperature here on a Friday in London wasn't bad at all. It was up in double figures anyway. So I'm down in the shed. I've got the heater running, and I'm actually at 20 odd degrees in the shed. So everything's warmed up to temperature nicely. You know, I've got the controller in my hand, and this doesn't feel cold to touch. You know, everything's nice and warm. So and I've had fun filming these couplings for you, so hope that's been of use. It doesn't work for everybody, guys. It just, you know, I get it to work for me. I can't guarantee it's going to work for you. All right, you might end up thinking, no, this is terrible, you know, I'll just stick to what I've got. But if you wanted to see what I did, I've shown you. Thank you, people. Thanks for watching. All the very best until next time. Bye.